The three drivers of change, we already talked about digitalization, there is no doubt. Whether we like it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, it's going to affect our life. How do leaders' organizations decide to digitalize the company? How do they do it? Who do they confine to do it? And how do they use the digitalization to harness it and to make their own work more effective? Now, we're going to have a very global world. Globalization is, and it's not going to be only for one or two people. There is a whole host of people that would provide the services globally. Doesn't matter where you are. You can do it virtually or you can do it physically. But this is what globalization is all about. Obviously, in order to be global, you need to have the competency also to communicate globally. As a change agent, and I'll repeat it, many times, you need to have three legs. Otherwise, you will not succeed in changing whatever you want to change. You need to have an idea, a model, a concept. You need to have a methodology of how do you apply it, and you need to have tools. One of the major problems of the HR people is they don't have the tools that are needed for the 21st century for the future. All the performance appraisal and all the selection system and all this, and I've talked about it in my books, it's okay. But what about the tools, all the soft skills tools that are needed in order to be a good job? How do you teach people how to turn group into a team? How do you teach people how to articulate ideas and communicate to the people? How do you teach people how to create emotions with the team on a day-to-day basis? It's easy to talk about it, but how do you do it? What kind of tools do you have? That's why I wrote about my last book. It's called The 10 Commandments of Managing People in the 21st Century. Each commandment is a soft skill. It's not a hard skill. And still in the business schools throughout the world, they live with paradigm of yesterday. Because the MBAs, and I work in one of the leading MBA schools, people that teach soft skills, we are the underdogs. Unless if we develop the tools so we can show our added value. And we need to create. Creation is the third driver of change. We need to create creation. When someone comes to you today and they said, I'm looking for a job, my question is, why didn't you think about how you're going to create a job? This is the example that you just gave. Job creation and technology is over there. This is, by the way, a way to show that all the three of them are very linked. We live in a very dynamic context, and obviously you cannot generalize, but the digital technology and technology is connected to the global community, and it also can affect digitalization. I want to say one thing, and this is something that is not exactly in my slide, but I can see the time is passing, is that we are living through paradigm change. What is the paradigm change? Many years ago, we in HR contribute to organizations to be more efficient. So we selected the best skills, we trained the best skills, we paid people for doing the job, and we wanted the company made money because they produced the most with the least skilled resources. This is gone. Because automation is going to replace all manual jobs, no doubt about it. Machines are not as complex as human beings, and they will do by far a better job. Now, what is not going to be replaced is the kind of job that requires intellectual thinking. So the paradigm seems to be shifting from efficiency to effectiveness. And effectiveness means that you have a goal, you want to achieve the goal, and sometimes you want to invest more resources, more human resources rather than less in order to achieve the goal. What's important is achieving the goal. I know how many of you like sports or football. And one of my big ally here, without knowing, was Guardiola. He used to train Barca because when they interviewed him, they said, what are the books that have made the most impact on you, and so on and so forth. He said, there is this professor from Esadi, he wrote a book about coaching by values, okay? And this, now, you look at the big sport team, and you look at the correlation between the resources that they invest and where they are at the league, and there are no surprises.